Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Austin Ginn, and my fellow group members are Madison Dalton, Rhett Maynard, and Will Velvin. We would like to present to you what we've learned this semester regarding the culture of Lebanon and some of the ethical issues they have been dealing with as a country recently. Lebanon is located in the Middle East next to Israel and Syria off the Mediterranean Sea. Lebanon gained its independence on November 22nd in 1944 and has since struggled to form a strong economic government system, dealing with years of social injustice and a long-lasting civil war in 1975, following a governmental breakdown in 1990. The country's long struggled with corruption and political instability, which we will discuss more in detail throughout our film.
We went to Byblos restaurant located next to the stockyards. We ordered the falafel, hummus, naan bread, and a Lebanese salad. It was most of our group members' first time eating Lebanese food, so it was hard to choose what to order from a wide variety of authentic food the restaurant offered. As a group, we were overall impressed with how delicious all of our meals tasted and would definitely eat Lebanese food again. While the meal was great, the overall atmosphere of the restaurant and the workers added to the experience we had at Bablos.
The true atmosphere of Byblos was very hard to tell during our experience because it was only us and another group of two people. Walking around the restaurant, it seemed like it would have a great atmosphere during its busy hours, though. Toward the front of the restaurant, there is a hookah lounge where people can sit and socialize while they wait to eat. The hookah lounge can also be rented out for the use of private parties. In the middle of the restaurant, there is a dance floor with four large speakers, which is used for belly dancing events that they hold on Friday and Saturday nights. The overall feel of the restaurant was laid back because of how dim the lights were throughout the whole building. One thing that we found very interesting was that there was only pepper located on all of the tables, no salt. Another interesting aspect of the restaurant was that there was desserts all around visible for everyone to see.
According to the World Bank, Lebanon's economic financial crisis could end up being one of the worst the world has seen since the mid-19th century. It all started at the conclusion of the Lebanese Civil War in 1990. The country began to borrow money from foreign investors to rebuild their cities and form a new image for the once war-torn nation. The government continued to build up debt as they funded frivolous projects, imported cars outside of their price range, and attempted to create an upper-class lifestyle overnight. The central bank began to pay off their creditors with new cash loaned to them, creating an endless cycle of debt. In 2018, while the country was still drowning in debt, the government splurged on a public sector pay raise right before elections took place in hopes of garnering more support. Foreign donors took note of this spending and began to withhold billions of dollars that they had pledged. Foreign money had completely dried up, and investors pulled their dollars out of the Lebanese banks. The local currency collapsed from 100,000 lira per US dollar to 8,000 lira per US dollar. In October of 2019, the government attempted to combat this massive outflow of cash from their banks, so they imposed a weekly withdrawal limit that fluctuated between $100 to $1,000, and at one point shut off all withdrawals to their citizens. They have essentially been holding their citizens' cash hostage, and outrage has been expressed by the Lebanese people as they are forced to watch the value of their cash decline. Hundreds of thousands of Lebanese citizens have now lost their life savings as a result. Prior to the withdrawal limit being enacted, corrupt Lebanese politicians transferred billions of US dollars out of the country to protect their own wealth.
There's another problem, but the politicians also who have businesses all over the world, like mainly Africa, we have a big names politicians who run businesses in Africa, like mines and minerals and diamonds. So they bring money, cash, without entering it into the financial system. So they bring it in like suitcases and they put it in the market. This is what also brings the dollar down, or, so this is the other problem, that there is no control of what is coming into Lebanon and what is exiting from Lebanon. There is no such way to control the flow in and out of the cash.
Just the effects that it has on like the citizens, like our family specifically. Like we've had family members who, like our cousin is now doing like her master's in Germany. Like she chose to
leave the country because she didn't believe that it was going to be beneficial for her to stay. So it just shows, like, no matter how patriotic you are, and Lebanese are very, very patriotic and very proud of their country, they know that in this day and age, in this economy, in this government, that they can't be successful in Lebanon, which is heartbreaking because obviously they want to be, there with their families, with the people that they love, but they know realistically that they have to leave to, like, be successful in their own way.
Talking a lot recently, so hopefully the French president Macron, I think, hopefully he can help Lebanon get back on its feet. I know some citizens don't want that colonial type aspect again, but I think it should be looked at as more as a support system and regeneration of Lebanon itself. So I think using that would be very important. It's just having the European funds help, but then again, institute processes and structures that make us not reliant on them in the future.
And actually, what's unfortunate is the mixture. See, you are focusing only about the financial issue. The I don't know if it's a beauty or ugliness of the Lebanese situation is, everything is a one mixed. You cannot resolve the financial issue without resolving the political or the, it's all entangled, within each other.
Thank you everyone for joining us today. I hope after watching our film you can now use this new perspective to help guide your future decisions in the business world. We will now take any questions from the audience.